Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Smurfette, what the hell are you doing in there? You belong in this side. This side. Anyway, whatever it is, wherever you are, hope you're having a pleasant that. Today we're going to be doing Lost Begotten fish tank stuff. Just, showing how obnoxious Smurfette is, of course. See, I'm inspecting all my fishies because a couple of them just got sick. Gaius has turned almost completely mocha, like he's like almost black. And I don't know, she's got this purple face thing going, and that's weird, but she's had that for a long time and she looks fine. These guys got moved because they're sick. They're not doing well. Now they're in this little crappy tank, which is, the water quality is better than it looks, but that's because it's adjoined to this system. Doing its little airlift flow right there. So anyways, I have made some drastic changes to the reef tank, and I'm trying to get the freaking lighting right. Seems I'm having problems. And twice today I have knocked my auto top off hose off the thing while doing other stuff, and wind up auto-topping off my floor. That's not good. It doesn't suffer enough evaporation to justify that, It's a floor. Anyways, I should have got that one fucking piece of hair algae right there. Alright, there. So I've been doing maintenance. Lots and lots of maintenance. I'm trying to get the flow better in here. It was just too restrictive. I had these mushrooms up here and it just wasn't working out very well. Push the cyano into the hole. Die, cyano, die! I'm just gonna go ahead and stir this crap up and try to push it down into the sand. But anyways, as you can see, I located my glass scrubber, and it has been put to considerable use. What do you think, dear? You can see the fish tank. So we just got some more of the Seachem Vibrant Sea Salt in. And I've finally gotten some water changes done because I got my RODI resin thing in. But some interesting crap's going on with my Euphilia, and I understand this one. I had the button polyps. These guys were pissing that polyp off. But this right here, I don't get it. That last guy right there, he's been dying, but the one next to it's growing new things. See, look at the little tiny thing back there. There's another one back behind there. So he's been doing well, and this one's been dying. I don't really get it. Good news is, though, I found a little thing of digitata underneath there. It had fallen back behind before that other piece bleached, and it's still doing okay, so I still have some digitata. And I rescued this. I don't know what it is. I think it's an acropora. It was starting to get killed by the glove polyps, because it was sitting right back there. So you see that one little nub's got a little bit of algae on it. I'm going to resist the urge to treat that manually for right now. And hopefully it will, hopefully it'll encrust back over that. If not, I might just break that tip off once it attaches to the rock better. I got this little guy doing down there, unburied that little guy right there. This guy has been growing really well. But for some reason today there's little blank spots in it. I'm not sure I get that. But what hasn't been doing well is that new green bubble tip anemone. Yeah, another green bubble tip, not doing well, I know. This rose bubble is just getting healthier and healthier, and the colors just keep improving. And the other two rose bubbles, there's just not much change. I guess I'm not feeding them frequently enough. But that green bubble didn't eat last time. So I'm trying to improve the water quality so I can jack up the amount of light I'm giving the tank. Hopefully that's going to help. But everything else is doing really well. Those organ pipes kicking ass. That adaptation's doing a little too well. I need to get that out of there. I harvested some of the Cauliflower from over here. This new Cauliflower is starting to spread out. I can tell my nitrates were getting too high because the Cauliflower started growing really rapidly. And then all those green stripy mushrooms kind of getting choked out by it. I've got these like regular green mushrooms back there underneath the zinnias just starving. Oh, and look, some zinnias have spread to that rock right there. Huh, that's cool. I had one piece of zinnia fall off, so I just threw it in here. Seems to be doing all right. Fully extended. And then part of this Kenya tree came off when I took the big old piece of codium out of there. Notice there's no giant green wall of codium anymore. That thing all came out as one piece. Look at that. It's just massive. And this little Tonga tree stayed on there. And the Kenya tree is the one from in the back corner over here. So now I've got the flow remarkably improved in there. Cleaned out and redirected my power heads. And everything's looking all in all more vibrant, but I'm expecting to see full improvements. It's going to take a couple of days, and I'm going to have to decide what freaking lighting setting. I keep on going back and forth. Do I need more light or do I need less light? More light or less light? Everything looks fine, huh? No, everything looks like it likes the light, bright light better. Oh, but that one thing likes the dark light better. That's just kind of aggravating. But anyway, check out mine, her actual reef tank with softies and pallies. This is a perfect example of just an easy reef tank you could make. Minus the flower pot. I mean, if you like the way the flower pot looks, by all means, clownfish like living in flower pots. But you could have this system right here running with a freaking aqua clear and a power head. All these corals right here would just make it no problem. You got your little $70 Core Life Aqualight LED. Just a great, easy tank. And these corals are going to just grow and grow, and it's going to be like waving around everywhere. And then these polyps will spread around all over the base. And you could put mushrooms in there, lower light mushrooms. Put glove polyps in there. I've got a little bit of glove polyps right there. Those guys are going to spread out all over the place. And that right there, that's just a real easy reef tank. Nothing spectacular, but you know, for a beginner, this is the way to set up stuff. Easy, easy. Probably want less rock than I got, but you know, doesn't hurt just as long as you have caves and caverns back behind it. No dead spots. Avoid dead spots. Yeah, right there, that's a dead spot. I can't really do anything about that. So anyways, the red Goniopora has been overall doing much better. I've been feeding it Rod's Food Breeder's Blend, the smaller chunks. And this guy, although it's growing slow, it's growing. And it has finally attached to the rock. I'm not sure how I feel about how brown it is, but you know. It'll be a long time before I can cycle all the nitrates and shit out of this system. Anyways, there's our new, what was it? Collisionary neutron star. Look, it's a neutron star colliding with another sea anemone. Yeah, well, Rainbow Monty's been growing really well. This one, of course, it looks like a tree arrow frog. Check it out, it's a little frog. Ribbit, ribbit. And of course, that guy just tends to hang along the surface of the water. I think this is the piece that's really doing it. Anyways. All in all, making slow progress. I had to take a few steps back because my DI resin started to go out. And I'm going to pause it and bring y'all back there so you can see. So this is not what your DI chamber is supposed to look like. See that? There's still a little bit of color to it, but most of it has gone bad. Okay. But my lovely friends at Purely H2O, they have a single extra unit with the color changing DI resin. So now I have a dual DI chamber. When this starts to get just a little bit used up, I'm going to move it into here and get a new one. Hopefully I'm going to do that, you know, before it starts to get used up. But I just want to see exactly how used up this one gets first. And the idea is, as your first one starts to get used up, your water quality output goes down. Okay, that's called TDS. Now, H2O will sit, Purely H2O and BRSTV. Well, I don't know about BRSTV, but Purely H2O will sell you a dual unit that you can add to this system, which is actually the ideal way to go. And it has a dual TDS meter. Okay, and then you could run the two different types of resin and then one thing of mixed resin as a backup. And that way you only replace the resin that gets used the most based on the, you know, how horrible your water supply is. And I can't believe I just showed my fucking bathroom counter on the video, but I'm glad it was brief. Please don't go back and pause it. Please don't go back and pause it. Lightning just struck when I said that. You better fucking pay attention. Anyways, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Take a moment to hear the thunder. I like storms. Anyway, so they sell a dual chamber add-on, but I couldn't afford that, so I just bought the $34 one. But the dual one has a TDS meter on it, so it'll actually test your output. And then you can have the full freaking 6 stages, and you're cool, you know? My problem with my aquarium recently, all right there, man. This just wasn't doing shit for me anymore. And I had no choice but to use because it's the only water supply I really have. But now I'm doing lots of water changes, hopefully bringing my levels back under control. Phosphate and silicate mostly. But I'm sure there's some heavy metal problems around here. Old country water lines and shit. But anyway. Now that those problems are a little more in check, I didn't even have to siphon or scrub this last time. That's just been growing. That's gotten a whole lot better and less slimy and less filmy. The cyano in there is kind of dissipating. The cyano in here just kind of moved. But like I said, it's going to take a few more days to see full results. I don't think those guys are already coming back out. Hopefully that little bird's nest will come back out soon. The only thing I'm really worried about, like I'm a little worried about this Euphyllia, it's just being weird. But that green bubble back there, that was that big one that was right here. All I can do is just wait for the water quality to improve. But if that green bubble doesn't make it, man, I'm never buying another green bubble again. I'm just going to buy nothing but rose bubbles from now on. Because look at that thing. It's just happier. It's just so much happier. And that's what you want when selecting livestock. You want to make sure you just buy the stuff that's going to be happy in your system. And, you know, don't beat yourself up about it if you can't provide good enough conditions for everything. Just stick to what you can do. That way you enjoy the hobby and you don't give up on it. You need more people in this hobby, more people knowledgeable about the oceans and how fragile they are. And just having any grade of setup. From something like this with algae growing in it to something like this with a little less algae growing in it. There's a lesson to be learned, and you can, anybody who comes to your house, you can teach them about how fertilizer runoff, how oil spills, how different things, temperature, oh God, just global warming, how it all actually affects real things. And, you know, to me, it's about stewardship. We need to take care of this. Learn how to take care of this so you understand what's happening to the environment. Or else the only this you're going to see is right here in a fish tank. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.